Mirrors are harmless. At least that's what we are made to believe. But sometimes mirrors are not just glass, they are gateways, not to another world, but to something that wants to come into ours. This story begins with the mirror bought at a second-hand market, old, antique, and strangely beautiful. Its frame was carved with delicate symbols, like vines twisting into faces. The seller said it came from a colonial estate. Just needs a little cleaning, he said. It was placed in a small bedroom against a pale wall near the window. The first few nights were uneventful until one morning. The mirror had fingerprints on the inside of the glass, not from the front, from within. 5 small smudges, as if someone was pushing against the glass from behind. They were wiped away, but the next night they came back, and this time they were lower, like a child trying to climb out. Strange things started happening around the house. Clocks would stop at 12 a.m. The bed would be slightly moved every morning, just a few inches closer to the mirror. Whispers were heard, faint, almost too soft to notice, unless you were completely still. Then came the dream, always the same. Standing in front of the mirror, but the reflection was not copying. It would blink slower, smile faintly, or sometimes look over the shoulder, as if someone else was behind you, even when no one was there. Then one night, it spoke. The voice didn't come from the room. It came from inside the mirror, a soft, childlike whisper. Let me out. It wasn't a request. It was a demand. The mirror was taken down, covered with the blanket, but the next morning, the blanket was folded neatly on the floor. The mirror stood upright, and something was standing in the reflection. A shape, small, thin, slightly hunched, with long fingers pressed to the glass, and it wasn't moving. But when you looked away, it would be closer. Every night the house felt colder. Lights would flicker only in the room with the mirror. Scratching sounds came from behind the walls. And the most terrifying moment, one night, the mirror showed 2 beds, even though there was only one in the room. And on the second bed was something sleeping, pale, shaking, like it was waiting to wake up. The mirror was finally covered again and dragged outside to be thrown away. But when the door was opened the next morning, it was back, leaning against the wall, unmoved. Except now, there was a crack in the glass, and through the crack was an eye, watching. It blinked once, slowly. Since then, no matter what was done, burning, smashing, burying, the mirror would return. Sometimes it came back immediately. Sometimes it took days, but it always found its way home. It wanted to stay, and now it didn't just reflect, it remembered. People who stood in front of it began to see memories that weren't their own. A crying child locked in a basement, a fire, screams, a figure standing in the corner, horn shadowed but smiling, and every time they turned away from the mirror, they felt breath on their neck. The house was eventually abandoned. Those who passed it claimed to see movements through the windows, a glint of silver like glass, and sometimes someone staring out, just waiting for someone to come back, someone curious enough to take it home, because the mirror doesn't want to show you who you are, it wants to show you what's coming for you.